It's my turn now, I believe. I'm Anwen, the newest member of the group. They met me shortly after returning from the past. I learned something new about prior exploits every few weeks, I think. Anyways, they rescued me and my people from the snakeful slavers we had run afoul of. Quite honestly, I don't remember the battle beyond the first few seconds. The next few weeks were spent getting to know my new friends and resharpening my skills with the blade. It took a while to earn Aspen's trust, but I believe we've built a bridge since then. At this point, I was more of a tag-along with everyone as they headed towards Dachshund. It was a long, slow journey that had its own share of excitement and fun. Some of us enjoyed the sand and sweat more than others. Myself, I was already covered in grime from my time with the slavers, making it a much less enjoyable experience for me. Eventually, the caravan we were with announced they were changing course, signaling the end of our time together. They gave us a few of the spare wagons to continue on our way and pointed us in the right direction. Continuing, we passed through an abandoned village. Sobbing from inside one of the buildings drew an Aramid, Aspen, and myself. It was a trap, of course, leaving us at the mercy of a Gorgon. Aramid and I were turned to stone at the start, so I don't know much about anything until we were brought back to normal. When I asked, they said we were only stoned for a few days, until we arrived in Dachshund. Once there, a few cloaked individuals who knew Aramid returned us to normal. I just know I was very, very sore and hungry after everything. Lily led us to a tavern, searching for Linus. It was a quickly resolved search when he revealed himself as being the imposing man in armor who'd been watching Aramid. The next day, we set out to help Linus and his group find some children who had gone missing. It took us outside the town into a rip in reality. The rip took us into a creepy swamp straight from a fairy story. Fittingly, it was home of a bog witch, who was quick to propose a deal to Aramid and Aspen, their youth for the children. If the deal was refused, Linus had offered years of his own life. Worried by how long it was taking to choose and unable to contact them, Linus became frantic. Before we could stop him, he broke down the door, breaking the tentative truce. Fierce battle followed, which ended in Linus being captured. It led us all to a frantic search around the town and surrounding lands. Unable to find anything after a few days, we decided he wasn't in the area anymore. The few leads we had pointed west, so that's where we decided to go. Choosing the beautiful vessel of Anne Louise, we set sail. It was a fine time, bringing back memories I long since put aside. All the others learned to sail. Our quiet days at sea were brought to a crashing halt by a series of ice shelves, which Aramid guided us through. What followed was a fantastical series of events better suited to a mad sailor's mind. Out of it all, the important bit was that we saved an elven goddess, who blessed us for our help. Speeding us on our way in the form of a hurricane, she nearly got our ship destroyed. Thank the sea gods we made it out in one piece. Our relief was short-lived when we spotted sails on the horizon. Fearing it be pirates, I was named acting captain, as I have the most experience with pirates and sailors alike. Using the name of a pirate from me past, I kept him from attacking. Then, between Max and I, we convinced them to take us to the island they called home. While they towed us, Aramid coaxed me to reveal some of me past, since it was obvious I had a personal stake in the name I'd given. Once we arrived, we secured repairs to the ship and began our search. It didn't take much to be pointed to a lad who'd befriended a mermaid. Not an easy thing to do. When she met us, she decided to test us, trying to see if we'd harm her. When we didn't, she relented to speak with us, offering as much help as she could. A few meetings later, we were asked to bring our full numbers to speak with the Elder Council of Mermaids. Doing just that, we returned and were taken beneath the waves. I'd been told a tale once that a mermaid's kiss had let one breathe underwater. I thought it was a myth, yet it was real enough. It's how we survived down to their city. We weren't able to convince the elders to assist us, though. We offered gold, which they told us was pointless, so I offered me wedding and engagement rings. Mythical creatures be fickle, and I thought perhaps sentimental value be what they'd want. It was an offer echoed by the others as well, which surprised me, I'll admit. It was the last thing I'd thought that me idea'd spread to the others. It was rejected, though, and all of us were sent to an undersea tomb, the sort none returned from. Inside, we found the witch and her coven that had taken Linus and their pet necromancer. It was close, but we won the day. The mermaids returned us to the surface, only to find a rampage. Linus had burned and killed half the cove and intended to take his destruction to the mainland. I watched Aramid as she began to pray in her grief, begging her deity to step in to help. I'd never expected him to reply, but reply he did. Light engulfed everything, and Aramid was left to bring Linus back herself. As it has with many a man, the waters cleansed him, giving him a new life. His damage was undone, and lives lost are restored. Morning brought a meeting with the Pirate King, who gave us a letter of safe passage, protecting us from other pirates. Another story finished, the party collectively decided to venture north, returning to their home in Summerstar. The rest, well, that's yet to be written, love.